Hello, welcome to Lessons Learned. My name is Sherry, and Blue is down here taking somewhat of a snooze, although he's listening to me talking right now. He's a little bit needy as usual, but he is sitting there for the moment. So let's take advantage of these next few moments to talk about what's going on in my quilty world and the quilt world in general. Uh-oh, he jumped down. I think he might be H-U-N-G-R-Y, but I'm not mentioning F-O-O-D right now, or he'll insist that I find some for him. So anyway, I just wanted to chat with you today because it's Monday Quilt Chat, and just to let you know how the weekend went and what other things are on my mind about quilting, about fabric, about sewing, about whatever. And just here to chat and have a good time. This weekend, what did I get done, if anything? I did work some more on my 2.5-inch square project. I got 6 more blocks done doing that during the D-Stash on Saturday night at So I was working on that, and then I also worked on the pressed flower from the Sew Sampler box, and you can get those patterns on the Fat Quarter Shop website if you're interested. I'll show that block to you on Friday. It's primrose. Had to look up what a primrose was, and it's a little blue flower with a yellow center, and they vary a little bit in color, and I think there's even some white ones sometimes, but the vast majority of the pictures that I found online were blue with a little bit of yellow. So I'll show you that on Friday. I'm looking at it. It's up on the board. Very cute like the rest of them. I don't know how many blocks we have done so far. Getting up there. There's quite a few. So I'm going to keep that little project going. And I think that's all I worked on. But I didn't mention Friday. I keep forgetting to update you on this project. And this is a project that I started in September when we were doing Stash Timber. And it's the Autumn Square Dance. Haven't talked about it for a while. Harvest Square Dance, that one. I am working on it. I'm not as enthusiastic about the amount of time that I spend on it. I have started to make these little blocks. There's a whole bunch of them I have to make, just exactly the same, over and over and over again. I have 2. I think I have to make 24 of these. 20 or 24. I did get this colorway done. Well, you can't even hardly see that. Let me get another one behind it. I got that colorway done, and I still have to do this colorway. Let me show you a different one. Here it is. So there's some light ones and dark ones, and then this is kind of a medium to dark one. So I have these to do, and I think there's 8 of each of these, but they're very laborious because you have to put those stitch and flips on all these little rectangles here. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8 little rectangles, which means there's 16 stitch and flips, and then you put all those together. So I'm plugging away at it. It's not a priority item. It is something I thought I would get done at least by October, but here we are at the end of November, and I'm not quite there yet. I'm just going to keep going on it. It's just one of those things where, you know, when the mood strikes me, I get it out. And then what else? I think that's about all I've worked on the last, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday, I got an idea ready for the video for Wednesday, and that is going to be these mug rugs. So I'm going to show you how to make mug rugs out of scraps and out of selvages. And if you all were watching Saturday night on the So D-Stash, they had Free Spirit selvages on sale. It's a big hunk of them for $15. I didn't get any because I have buku selvages. I don't need to be buying selvages. But some of you I know bought those, so I thought, well, that's a good one to make mug rugs out of. So I'll show you how to do that. and it's easy. This is going to be like the easiest mug rug you will ever make. Not fussy at all, super simple. I'll put the camera on the sewing machine and you can watch me do both of these. Yeah, we need something easy, don't we? Something easy and can be giftable. So yeah, watch that on Wednesday. That's what I'm gonna do. I got in the mail, whoops, there's a couple of my stars. I got in the mail the So Yeah subscription box, and they gave us these 3 items. These are half-yard cuts of a Riley Blake line called Dots. Dots? No, Pop. It's called Pop. It's got little bitty, looks like dots, but they're actually squares, but they're teeny tiny. I have not looked up yet what the project is for this. You get links into a special area of YouTube where you can watch a video of where they've put something together with these. So I have those, and then they sent their normal Aurifil full-size thread. This one is color 2000. It's a nice color. It's kind of a buff color. That's what I would call it. So that's very good. And then we got a ruler. It's a 2x8 ruler. I'm trying to read who it is on it. Classy. Hold on. Classy Creations. I couldn't read that. It's so tiny on here. But it's a 2x8 ruler. Very lightly marked. Kind of like rulers like that where it doesn't have a ton of markings on it. But yeah, the friend, her name is Valerie, and she's from Classy Creations. They send these nice cards to introduce you to who that is, and they appear in the videos usually as well. So getting to know more people in the quilting industry is always nice, to see faces behind the names. What else did I get? Last week I got a cut. I think these are fat quarters because I thought about doing these are flannel, and it is by Canvas, but not Canvas with a K, like Benartex. It's Canvas. It's from Northcott, and it is a very nice flannel. Kind of has a grunge look to it. And I got all these colors here. This is a fat quarter bundle. And I want to make another, what is it called? Flashback. I was just looking at the pattern yesterday. The quilt that I made for the camper. I've talked about this before. But yeah, I want to make another one of those. And fat quarters will do it for that. So that's why I got that. And then I've got an abundance of colors here that I can mix in however way be pretty with all of those colors in it, I think. Just all mixed up. I like that pattern. Ragged Flashback, because it's a rag quilt. That's what it is. And this, I got this. This is Tula. One of her newest lines. What is it, Besties? I don't know. I can't remember from one time to the next what her lines are. This one has dogs all over it. Let's see if this one has the name on it. I should know this, shouldn't I? You all are probably saying, you should know this. You're a YouTuber. Of course, I get the side that has no selvage written on it. Little charmer. It's got the names of each one. You ever notice how some lines, each print has a name, and then some don't? It's just one name for the whole line. Well, I'm striking out on this. Besties, yeah, Besties. I thought that's what it was, but just as soon as I say that and it's wrong, I'll get 100 comments saying that's not what it is. Pretty. That one has the goldfish on it. Pretty cool. I'm just going to save this for next year and just figure out what I want to do with it then. One of the quilts that I really want to get to making soon, probably not before this year is out, because I want to finish up my Happy Days however far behind I am, I want to finish that up in December. So, you know, every day is a happy day in December. Might not be so happy for me, but we're calling it that. Anyway, I'm gonna get ahead. If not, oh, I can't get ahead, but I'm gonna get there with the happy days. So somebody else mentioned they were going to pull out one of their projects they're way behind on too, and do it. So if you all got something you're struggling with and you need to catch up on it, block of the week, block of the month, whatever, join in with me in December, because we're gonna every day is a happy day in December. Oh, I'm dreading it, but I'm going to do it. You watch, I'm going to do it. Will I get caught up? I don't know, but I'm going to touch those blocks or those little monthly kits that come every single day, even if it's just ironing all the fabric out. That's what I'm going to do. January, I mentioned last week in January I was going to do something like that too. January will be the duster. The duster will be done in January, and it won't take me all of January to get that done. I just need to hit that, and it'll be done in a few days. But I can't work on anything else in January till I get the duster done. Nothing else in December either. No new projects, that is. Now, if I want to break from what I'm doing in that same day after I've worked on the project and I want to do something else, I will, but I'm not starting anything new in December and January. So that's my promise to myself and to you, so keep me accountable. This project again, this Tilda bundle that I got, there's a bunch of them. I think it's 32. There's 2 colorways for a quilt pattern on tildasworld.com that you can do, and I'm going to put a picture of both of them right here. One is the red version, and it's because it has this in it, and one is the blue version because it has some blues in it. But here's the background fabric for the one, the red one, and here's the background fabric for the other one. So it's a 14-page pattern, and I'll just kind of scroll here some of the pictures of that. I'm not sure which one I want to do. I think I like the red one the best, although I don't know. I'm gonna start that probably in February. So that's something coming up that I'm excited about. Also, the Anne of Green Gables. I have not found a pattern I want to use yet. I thought I had, but then I decided it was too basic. So, I don't know. There's just some beautiful florals in there, and I don't know if I want to, highlight those florals or just integrate them all into a more complicated pattern. I don't know. I can't decide. I cannot decide. But I have time. I have all the time in the world. I'm still breathing and standing upright, so there's time. Also, I think Friday is when I got this done, wasn't it? Or Thursday? I don't know. I showed it to you on Friday, didn't I? This is Connecticut. Connecticut is done. And let me show you something. This is what I was talking about Friday. I don't know what happened, but this is New Jersey back here, okay? New Jersey. And then let's put Connecticut over the top. And in some places, it's more than a ½ inch on each side bigger. See that? See that? These are all supposed to be 12-inch finished blocks, and neither one of them are 12-inch finished. So I was talking about that Friday, and I said I would chat about that today, what we could do if that's happening to you as well. And it's probably just something I'm not calculating right, but I'm doing a 1/4-inch seam, but sometimes a block that has way more seams than another shrinks in more. It just does. This one has a lot of seams, a lot of straight looking seams. This one has a lot of short seams, but they're all interior, you know what I mean? I don't know if that makes any sense or not, but I think that's why these are so different from each other, but they're both smaller than what I'm supposed to do. So here's what I'm thinking about doing. I'm thinking about getting enough of these done to make my quilt, whatever size quilt I want to make, I'll probably do like 12. I don't know. But when I get to where I'm going to put this together, I am going to put a small border around each one to make them 12 or 12 and a half or whatever it's supposed to be unfinished. That's what I'm going to do. White. I guess white, because it seems like they all have, well, they all don't have white, but I don't know. Whatever my little sashing is going to be, I'll make it all the same color. It might be black, white, gray. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do. Otherwise, it's not going to come out right. And so, like, for example, if this one just needs another inch all the way around it, then this one's going to need another 1.5 inches. So the sashing for this one, or the border for this one, will be different width than the border for this one. But in the end, they'll all be the same. Did that make sense at all? I think it did. I think you get what I'm saying. You know, I had a boss one time when I worked at the bank, and actually he was the president. And, you know, he was very diplomatic with his employees, and, you know, tried not to make anybody feel bad for making a mistake or anything like that. Very nice. And it's something that he said that I have said over and over in my life is there's not anything that can't be fixed. So if you made a mistake or something didn't come out the right size, there's a solution somewhere, somehow. So don't get too upset with yourself if things aren't coming out the right size, because you can make changes to that pattern that will make it probably more interesting than the original pattern was. So it's your creation. You can make changes to it. I call them pattern changes. Instead of calling them mistakes, let's call them pattern changes, design changes. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it? So let's pick another one. I've got 2 done. So I'm just going to kind of do this and pick another. And hopefully I don't land on a general instruction page. Oh, I landed on a national park. Acadia National Park. Look at that one. That should be fun. Let's see how many pieces. 64 pieces. One of these had like 80-something pieces. I think that New Jersey did. This one had 60-something pieces. 60, I think. 60 or 62. This one has 64 pieces. Not too bad. There's 8 pieces in each quadrant. 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. There's 8 pieces. 2 pieces in a quadrant. So each of those 2 pieces have 8 pieces. That's not too bad. Yeah, this one's using black. So there's an example. See, that one's black, and these are looking like they would use white as a background. So, you know, maybe it would be that on the ones that have white, I would add some white, and the ones that have color, I would add that color. I don't know. I just can't see them button right up to each other anyway. So design change. I want to make a design change. No, there's no overall pattern for a quilt. These are just simply blocks. I don't think there's any ideas in here on how to assemble these into a quilt. I could be wrong because I'm not one to read directions very well until I have to. Acadia National Park, that's what I'm going to do next. Okay, so I'm going to stick these 2 in here so I don't forget, because I will forget. Okay, thank you all for participating in my little eBay auctions online. Those are going pretty good, and I think it's worth the effort if I just do a little bit each week on those. So this week I'm going to have leftover 2-inch red and whites. I don't think I'll use these. I had a bunch of 5 inches too, but I'll use those, but I don't think I'll use these 2 inches. And I was kind of calculating up, I think there's probably around 300 total. There's a light bunch and a dark and medium bunch. So altogether, I think I figured there was 300-ish. So I'm not going to count them. So this will be the next penny auction that should be in the description box as we speak. So if you want to go make a bid on that auction or put it on your watch list of your eBay items that you're watching auctions on, it will alert you and let you know when we're getting close to the time for the auction to be over, so you can get in there and make your final bid and see if you win that item. So thank you for helping me destash in this manner. Gives me just a little bit of pocket money to buy new fabric. Oh, when will we stop? We'll never stop. They say the one with the most fabric at the end wins. So, I don't know. There's a bunch of us out there doing that, isn't there? Well, I'm not going to go over my schedule with you today. I'm just going to kind of still work on my scraps and work on this harvest square dance. I'll work on my new star and just keep, I'll tell you one thing I wanted to do this week was do a little bit of cleaning. I need to do some deeper cleaning. Oh, and in other news, I've got my setup in the house now ready for concentrating a little more on EQ8. That's the quilt design software. So I designated a spot in my house to dedicated just for that, so that I can concentrate on that. It's not up here, because if I was up here I would not be able to concentrate. There's too much visual stimulation in this room. And then also this week, my order for the long arm is going in, and I should have it pretty soon. I think they have it in stock. So pretty soon you'll be seeing more about that. Also, coming in the mail, Mary has my shimmer quilt done. I don't know if you remember shimmer. This was a quilt that I started at the first retreat that I went to at Soya, and I had sent that in to her here a few weeks back, and she's got that finished. It should be here today, so I'll be able to bind that. Hopefully I'll bind that and have that to show on Friday for you. So stay tuned for Wednesday's super quick, super easy mug rug using scraps and salvages. And back here on Finish It Friday to see what everybody's got done, see what I've got done, see what's going on. All right, well, have a great week. So a little bit every day, get some things done, and we'll see you back here on Wednesday. All right, have a great one. Bye-bye.